Okay, remember the change in my voice. This is part two of the organized harassment series. This video is extremely important. Now, why does organized harassment take place? Well, first of all, I'm not saying that anybody here is necessarily a gang stalker or not. I'm not necessarily criticizing them or not. Okay, but it's first and foremost, it's for people who wear suits and people who are kind of rich nerds like Bezos and Arnault to pretend they're superior while they sabotage everyone else. That is the core of organized harassment. It is about social order, and it's people like that, and it tends to be people like that. And they want to kind of group me, the top martial arts ever, in with people like this who are kind of jocks. They want to pretend that martial arts is just about being a jock unless you're in some kind of new age cult behind the scenes. Then they play some kind of fairy game where they pretend that they're doing something spiritual. Okay? Absolute stupidity. Unless somebody looks at this picture and says, this guy's ideal, this guy has trickle down blood money, right? The idea refers to not necessarily him. Okay, this person is unfair. It even says right here, nerd fraternity uses 1,000 IQ to sleep with jocks' girlfriends. Okay, that these guys are in popular culture as a group. Generally speaking, they're unfair as nerds. They get over. They leverage their book smarts to get money, and they make sure that females are gold diggers. Okay, and you can tell by the expressions on so many females' face, even here in Monica when she's younger, she has this kind of look like she's playing the game and she thinks she's smart for it. She thinks she's smart to play into the neo-colonial oppressor's hand, the idea this guy's supposed to represent, whether he's that or not, okay, and to shun the most noble person that ever lived. How many of you think that's smart? Okay? Now, we also have to make the distinction between this guy, okay, and me after being sabotaged. I don't naturally need glasses. They messed up my eyes and caused me to have a specific condition, and it caused me to wear these special glasses. Okay? This is key here. We see in Isaiah 57, the righteous perish and no one takes it to heart. The devout are taken away and no one understands that the righteous are taken away to be spared from evil. So they do things like change my voice and fume me and try to make it so I seem mentally ill, and they make preposterous arguments. They think that if you call the modern female, any modern individual modern female, a gold digger, that you're an incel. Like a female can be Ursula if she wants, Cruella de Vil, but if you don't approve of her being a ruthless gold digger, you're an incel. Right? I mean, we're talking people are crazy. People are crazy. It's crazy to think that you should do what the government says and enforce that culture. That's nuts. That's crazy. Okay, so as we look at this, you see how Tweedledee and Tweedledum are compared to this actor as his character in the movie. The idea he's trying to play in the movie. It's the kind of jock who's like, dude, she's hot, man. I bet you like to hit that. But that's not my mentality. And guys like him are like, yes, we want you to be seen that way, so you can be seen as superior. Not necessarily this as an individual again, but the idea of people similar to that, leveraging their privilege unfairly. Okay? To maintain the TikTok rules and so on and so forth. So we know romantic injustice is extreme. There's lots of movies and lots of cartoons and lots of stories and lots of experiences we have as individuals, the corporate harassment, sextortion. It's romantic injustice in its various forms is so extreme that all sex that is occurring is basically a form of rape by deception. It's that is extreme. It's that extreme. Or forcible rape. Okay. So you see how if you're not smart enough to admit the moral achievements of the top martial artists ever possible, whose hands have gathered up the Holy Spirit of God and struck with moral intensity, is greater than all these guys put together, then you're fucking nuts. So if you see a female who has a look on her face that looks like she's in a trance, or that she's distracted, or whatever, careless, insincere, carefree, insensitive, what have you, and she's dating these guys while I'm being shunned, something is seriously wrong with that society. This transcends any racial argument, nationalist argument, any religious cult grouping argument. This is about universal truths, okay? And that's where we are as a society. Where she's probably like 23 or something, 23. Here I am at 17. You can tell that I'm more mature than her at 17 than she was at 23. You see, 20 or 23. Somewhere between 20 and 23. And there's there's rockers, there's shuffle dance, there's K-pop, there's so many of these people. And people who are in the corporate workplace, they think they should date guys like him because they leverage blood money and the horrible social norms that accompany it. They all may as well look like this guy because what they're doing is so ruthless and unfair. Thank you.